Come in.
Hi, Mr.
Hi.
Smith.
How
It's
are
so
you?
nice to meet you. I'm good. My name is R1Wolpert with Gardner.
Nice to meet you, Katie.
It's so great to meet you. Can I take a seat?
You sure can. Sure can.
Thank you. Appreciate
I
that.
gotta be honest, I thought it'd be someone a little bit more senior that would be coming in to see me and everything. It's such a big deal and all.
Of course. Well, are you worried about my level of expertise?
I am. I have to be honest. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been with the company for 2 years now.
Okay.
I've actually had a lot of experience, and I've actually worked with companies that are also utilities companies.
Oh,
so I've
okay.
had some experience with that.
Okay.
Does it help clarify your concern?
It
a little?
does help clarify. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, before we really get started, I just want to make sure we still got that 15 minutes today.
We sure do. Yes,
Perfect.
we sure
Okay.
do.
Did you get a chance to watch the Super Bowl by any chance?
I did actually. Yeah.
It's a really good game.
It was very good. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, yeah. So I bring that up because FP&L is actually one of my customers.
Okay.
And down here in Florida, I know that Greater Miami includes Terra Metro Electric.
Okay.
So I know that if they need more power, you guys would be there to back them up, which I think is incredible.
Okay. Okay.
Do you happen to know Michael Fowler by any chance?
I do not.
Well, he is your equivalent over at FP&L. He's the
Okay.
CIO there, and I'd love to connect you guys after this meeting.
Oh wow. Okay. So you have had some experience then.
Absolutely,
That's great.
yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
And then, before this meeting too, I just gave him a call to kind of go over some things with utilities industries, what challenges he's been facing, just to get a better feel for this.
Okay.
And I really just think today, I kind of just want to go over some major projects and investments you may be having coming up,
Okay.
learn about your current strategic level,
Okay.
products implemented, and kind of just see if there's any areas Gardner could really help you out.
Okay. All right.
Did you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that's great. That's a good schedule. With only 15 minutes, it's good to be organized. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you comfortable moving forward today? Is it okay if I take some notes?
Yeah, absolutely. Take notes. All the notes you need.
Thank you. So, working with CIOs, I know that they tend to usually look to their peers for opinions and their expertise.
All day long, yes.
So, did you want to have anyone join this meeting?
No, I think right now it's just me and you. That would be
Just
great.
you?
Yep.
Okay. And then if we did find a solution today, how soon would you want that to be implemented?
So, I mean, I think, the decision-making process and everything, I mean, it varies for a lot of
Okay.
things, right? So
Of
I think,
course.
right now, I think what I'd love to hear is just like what your ideas are, what
Okay.
what you can provide for us and
Okay.
services that you can offer.
All right, so we can figure that out
Mm-hmm.
later. Okay. And then when you do work at this new company, what is something you really look for in a partnership?
I'm looking for a quality product, obviously. Service is going to be huge. As we have issues and things that kind of develop, through using a product and everything, I want to make sure that we've got people that we can call and everything that are going to be answer the phone, going to be able to come out and really help us when there's a problem.
Okay, absolutely. So service and quality, just really making sure that we're there for you.
Yep.
Absolutely. So reliability, definitely get that. So I know that you guys are a mid-sized company, and just reviewing over some needs that utility industries tend to face, I made a list of a couple things today to see if you'd be facing any of these problems. So just shifting from, project strategy to actually implementing those products, optimizing that cost reduction, business intelligence, seeing about that AI, or even just moving to the cloud. Do you see me facing any of these challenges?
I think the business intelligence analytics is going to be huge.
Okay.
That's something that we really look for and everything, and it's something that we kind of utilize all the time.
Okay.
Cost reduction is something that obviously I'm held accountable to.
Of course.
Company is, so that's going to be something that's important too.
Okay.
Cloud-based, I think that I'd like to talk about, but it's not the most critical thing
Not
right
the most
now. But I
important
think
thing.
that's where we're going eventually.
Okay. So with this business intelligence, have you been facing any problems, or have you just been looking for something new to invest in?
So I think it's a combination of both.
Okay.
I think that there's been the times where we've had some lost opportunities and some loss in some money and things like that.
Okay.
But at the other end of it too, I think that we see that there's an opportunity for us to really kind of improve as a company
And grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, so with losing money, how much would you say that you've maybe lost in the past?
I don't want to get into that and everything like
Okay.
that, but let's just say in the short term and everything, it's been a little bit more than we're used to.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's definitely painful in the short term.
Yes, absolutely. That's why you're here.
Absolutely. Yep. And I'm glad to be here. Okay, so if there was going to be a solution to go ahead and help you even save that money in short term and long term, would you think that would benefit your company?
Anytime you're going to be saving money, you're going to benefit the company, right?
Okay. So that's a little bit about, business growth. Have you been looking about any technologies in particular?
In particular, I think it's been, a combination. We're always looking at different things,
Okay.
So, getting into specifics on exactly what they are and everything like that.
So just kind of knowing what to invest in.
Yeah, I think that's what's important, right?
Okay. Absolutely. And then, so optimizing cost reduction. Obviously, everybody wants to save money.
All
Look
day
for that.
long.
look for growth and operational improvement. So have you been facing problems with like teams that you've been working with, implementing new projects? Would you be able to tell me a little bit more?
So, I mean, I think there's always challenges and everything, with anything that you bring on that's new or anything that, when you want to make changes. So what I'll say to that is that, I mean, there's, we work through them. We, not to get specific, we work through things and, we work pretty well as a team and everything, but I think that's where you come in as well, because I'd like to hear what your ideas are for what you could provide for us.
How many team members do you have?
About 10.
10 team members? And do you guys usually all work on the same project at the same time?
I think we definitely work as a team and everything, but there's different projects that everyone's kind of working on, smaller ones and everything, but the goal is still the same.
Okay, so how many hours per week would you say that you guys spend?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, it depends on the individual and the project, obviously.
Maybe
But anywhere from like 40 to 50, let's say.
Okay, 40 to 50 hours. Okay, so that's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, if there was something to go ahead and hopefully, save you that time to overall optimize that cost reduction, you think that would benefit your company?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, exactly. Time is money.
Time is money. Absolutely. Okay. So if you feel comfortable today, I kind of just want to go ahead and reiterate the fact that you feel like you've been losing some money.
Yep.
You guys really want to impact that growth. You don't know exactly how much right now, but that short term is really important.
It's very important. Yeah, exactly. We definitely want to see some
something new to invest in and look for. And I also want to go over, so you've been spending 40 to 50 hours a week on these projects.
Yes.
Time is money, so again, saving that money is just a huge thing for you. Okay. Well, I'd love to go ahead and move forward and show you some ways Gartner could actually help you out with those if you feel
I would love to hear about some stuff. That'd be great.
Awesome. Well, I made a brief PowerPoint today, just to go ahead and kind of go over some of the things that I really want to share with you that I think Gartner would be able to be beneficial for your company.
Okay.
So Gartner is the leading research and advisory firm. We have over 15,000 clients in 100 countries. And, we really work on at least getting 100% of our clients 10% of their ROI back.
Really?
Yes,
okay, that's
100%.
great.
That's just saying even for the lowest. We usually obtain more for most of our clients as well.
So, I mean, what's been the threat? What's been the top that you've obtained?
I have a visual for that, so let me go ahead and. So here I have showing that 100% we've at least achieved 10% ROI.
Okay.
So 78% have at least achieved greater than 15%, 77% have achieved an ROI greater than 100% or $100,000 per project, and this goes the same for here, 55% at least 100,000 to 500,000 per project.
Okay.
So at least half are getting, $500,000 back, which I think is incredible.
Absolutely.
And then going back to this, so the first thing I kind of want to touch base on today is the hype cycle.
Okay.
So as you mentioned before, you guys are looking for new things to invest in. You want to figure out what to invest in to go ahead and save you that money short term and hopefully help you even more in the long run. So this is the hype cycle. What this briefly does is that it tells you all the new technologies that you can go ahead and invest in.
Okay.
So you'd be looking for something that's a little more successful. So you might be looking in this age, like peak of inflated expectations, to go ahead and invest in so you can help grow your company and boom that revenue.
Okay.
Does this sound like something that would benefit you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me as well and everything, I'm a slave to the details. So I just, seeing the research and why you're choosing this and everything over other things, I think that's really important too. I mean, is this something that, are you recommending this for a certain reason? I mean, are there, how do you choose your companies that you use and everything like that? So, I mean, I think that getting that to me would be really, really beneficial for me.
So are you concerned with what this does, or are you concerned with how it works?
Well, I'm concerned with what it does. I'm concerned with, why this, what's your thought process around it and everything, and some more background on that would be great.
Okay. So the hype cycle is something that we use for emerging trends.
Okay.
That's something that helps companies go ahead and invest in new technologies so they can go ahead and stay above the curve.
Okay.
It keeps them, ahead of their competitors. It keeps them ready to go, learning new things, which can, in the long run especially too, help you maintain that growth and save more money.
Okay.
There's also another thing I'd love to go ahead and dive deeper into.
Sure.
If you feel comfortable with that and moving forward.
Let's move along. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. So with saving that money even long term, I want to go ahead and go to the Gartner website today.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
A big thing we offer is consulting.
Okay.
So Gartner Consulting, a big thing that would really be able to help you out in this scenario as well is our strategic consulting. I think that this is something that you can go ahead and have the option to really talk to somebody. you get the option to go ahead and figure out what you want to do, hatch a plan,
Okay,
make everything that you want to make so you know how much you're making and where to go from there.
okay, okay.
Does this sound like something that would benefit you?
I love the consulting piece and everything, and being able to have somebody, that's gonna help us look at things that we can improve our company.
Absolutely, yeah. So going on to your second concern today, you said that you kind of really wanted to go ahead and figure out a way to, time is money, to save those 50 hours with
Yeah.
those team and really help you out here. So I kind of want to touch on two more things with this consulting. Contract optimization. So I know right here there's a lot of options that come in with this, but mitigating risk I think is the biggest thing for you guys. You said that time is money, so saving that money is something that we can do for you by mitigating that risk.
I agree, yeah.
I think also as well, benchmark analytics. I know this seems like a lot right now, having these three big options, but briefly today, I think that this could really benefit your company as well by saving those 50 hours when you use this.
Okay.
This kind of compares you to everyone else in your market.
Okay.
So you know how much you're doing, how much you're spending versus all of your competitors and versus the market average.
Okay, okay.
Does this sound like something that would help save you those 50 hours?
The beginning of it sounds great and everything, I'm anxious to read more on it.
Of course. Well, I'd love to dive deeper today, but I do want to be respectful of that 15 minutes.
Yep.
So, kind of just going over how, benchmark analytics would really help you out and that hype cycle and just all the consulting is all together to save you that short-term money, save you money in the long run, and save you those 50 hours a week would really provide a benefit.
Right.
So, would you want to set up another meeting Monday or Tuesday at 8 a.m. to further discuss this?
I would love to see some of the background on this and everything, so if you could send me some information and everything, I could read through it, and I could get back with you for a meeting going forward.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Well, I think that it might be better to go ahead and talk about this in person.
Okay.
Just so I can really give you the details, print out some things, and I can even bring in an analyst if you would like.
Oh, okay. No, that sounds good. Okay.
So are you free maybe later in the week, Thursday at 8 a.m.?
Yeah, why don't you do this and everything? Let me follow up with a couple of my colleagues and everything, and I'll call you back later on.
Okay.
We can try something up towards the end of the week.
All right. Well, are you concerned with something that this wouldn't be able to provide you a benefit?
No, I think that it looks good and everything. I think there's some good opportunities there for us, and I think that you've given us some things to think about for sure. So I mean, again, it's something that definitely I'm interested in and everything.
Okay, well then what is your main concern with setting up that next meeting?
Main concern is just making sure that, I understand exactly what it is and the details on it and everything. I mean, this sounds great right now and everything, but I want to make sure that, that it's exactly going to be a fit for us. I don't want to waste your time and waste mine.
Oh, no, I absolutely get that because, like you said before, time is money, but you said you've been looking to help something in the short term.
Very true.
I feel like helping now, starting a process to go ahead and learn more about this. We could even set up a meeting for maybe 20 or 30 minutes next time so we can really dive deep and further discuss this.
Okay, no, that makes sense. What were you thinking?
Did you want to do Friday at 8 a.m.?
That sounds great.
All right, awesome. I'll see you then.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. Yep.